Hey Clashers, tomorrow starts the birthday event in Clash of Clans, and this means we get a brand new epic equipment for the Archer Queen. On top of that, we get 2 new event troops, which means there is a lot to discuss in this video. But let's start things off how you can actually unlock all of that stuff. Well, you can unlock everything just completely free to play. You have to progress through this event pass to make sure that you're unlocking the event troops, and eventually you can as well unlock the epic equipment. For this, you just have to play multiplayer battles and you have to snipe those wizard towers. That's the important thing for this event. You can see those numbers right above the head of those wizard towers, and you just have to make sure that you're dealing damage towards that defense. You can use equipments for that, like the giant arrow. You can use earthquake, lightnings, you can use troops, whatever you want. The important thing is that those wizard towers are losing hit points, and that results into you getting those points. Those points are going to be increased over the length of the event, which means those 300 points, you might get less in the beginning of the event and you will get more in the end. As well, if you're on Legends, don't worry, you can finish this event, no problem. You have increased loot over there, and as I said, you can easily finish that within Legends. But let's take a look at the event troops. Let's start things off with the ground event troop, which is going to be the Mecha. This event troop is pretty much going to be a super giant, but just way stronger. And with way stronger, I mean it has more movement speed, more damage. It's just so much stronger than the regular super giant, and as well you can kind of compare it to the Root Rider because it can as well open up walls. And I will show you as well what the best army is for that event troop. But before that, let's take a look at the air event troop, which is going to be the Broom Witch. This thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the favorite of many, because this one is pretty much like the Lava Loon event troop of last year. But instead of targeting air defenses, it is going to target wizard towers. That was the word. And whenever it's taking damage, well, it's going to spawn those witch spirits, which then are going to deal damage to defenses, even with a multiplier, and bases are gone within seconds. But before taking a look at the best strategy for the Broom Witches, we want to take a look at how this new epic equipment for the Archer Queen works. Progressing through the event pass, make sure that you're getting medals, and you can exchange those then at the trader, for example, for the new equipment. This new equipment is going to be used for the Archer Queen, and you can use it to spawn 2 clones of your Archer Queen, which then can deal damage, and that can be kind of devastating to villages. The most important thing is obviously when you're unlocking it, you're going to have it on level 1. The most important level you want to have this equipment, like somehow reach that level, is going to be level 18, because that is going to be the level where you are going to have 2 clones instead of only 1 clone. That is like a really hard jump in power, and that's exactly what you want to reach. And as soon as you have it on level 18, this equipment is just insanely powerful. And if you want to make sure that you're getting towards that stage as quickly as possible, you can, for example, buy the event pass to get more ores. And when doing that, you can make sure that you're supporting content creator who is using their content creator code. But if that's available in your country, I would highly suggest you that you're going for the Supercell store, because whenever you're buying any offers in the Supercell store, like the anniversary special offers, or for example as well the event pass, you can claim special points on that website, which then are going to be exchanged for magic items and gems and so on, and that's just more value than for your money at the end of the day. As well, on the website, you can use credit code iTzu if you want to support me and the channel. I really truly appreciate that. But let's take a deeper look at the new equipment. One maybe common question might be, is it going to stack the effects of other equipment on the clones? So for example, if you're using the frozen arrow, do the clones have the frozen effect as well? The simple answer is no. All of those special effects are only going to be available for the original queen and not for the clones of the Archer Queen. As well, when you're using healer with this new equipment, healer puppet or healers in general, the regular queen is always going to be prioritized by your healers to make sure that healer switches are not happening that often. But eventually, regular, like the clones are going to be healed as well. But the main concentration point is always going to be your original queen, which then is going to be healed. This equipment, in my opinion, is just really, really strong. The only thing which I dislike about this equipment is that it's going to literally replace another equipment, which is going to be the invisibility vial. The invisibility vial, the main aspect of that equipment is the safety for your Archer Queen, the invisibility. On the max level, you have around 7 seconds. This equipment has only 1 second, but that is already enough to make defenses retarget, and on top of that, you're getting clones of 2 of your Archer Queens, which just is, in my opinion, just way stronger, it seems like. On top of that, you have health regeneration on that Archer Queen mirror equipment, which means if you use the queen ability, you even get health back, so it's even less likelier that your queen is going to go down within the invisibility compared to the invisibility vial, because you don't have that base set on this one. So that's kind of the one thing which I'm not really happy about. But before we're jumping into the air event troop best army composition, I will show you tomorrow what the best equipments are currently in the game and make sure that you know what to upgrade first. But first off, let's take a look at this mass Broom Witch strategy, and that's exactly what I highly suggest you to use, and you can use it on pretty much any town hall level. And the key thing about this is pretty much use mass Broom Witches and then combine it with whatever. I like to use it with, for example, the lightnings, that's quite nice, and some super wall breakers, because I'm trying to dive my king into one part of the village where I can take down at least one wizard tower, then use my queen or my royal champ for another one. If you combine the earthquake with the royal champion seeking shield, you can actually take down in one shot the wizard tower. Obviously, you can go for the haste spell, the hot rider puppet as well. That's totally fine. Not sure how many of you have it, so you can get creative there. You just have to make sure that you're adjusting the army. If you use the haste and hog rider, well, you don't have to go then anymore for the earthquake. I like to use the giant arrow to just snipe the sweepers in the middle of the village, which means you need only on level 9, and then just spam the Broom Witches in. I like to let them go a little bit further inside the base and then zap the backside wizard tower with 1 earthquake and 4 lightnings. The blimp for the town hall, I like to combine it with a clone just to make guaranteed sure that the town hall is going to go down. At this point, the village is just gone. A really big disclaimer here is that Supercell has decided to make this, like overall the event troops this time, way stronger than the last time. I think the last time was like the iTzu dragon and the firecracker, right? They were not that strong. But I think overall the use case or the use rate of those event troops was not as great as Supercell was hoping for. So that's why they're boosting up the power again, and you really feel that. Like, literally, you have seen, we have just taken down some wizard towers and just spammed everything in, and it's going to be an easy 3-star. I know it's going to be a nightmare season for high legends, but I think for most other players, it's going to be a really, really fun time. And I know already that for my free-to-play account, I would definitely use this strategy. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will push to legends in no time with my Town Hall 9. I'm already for sure about that one. But that's pretty much, in my opinion, the best use case for the Broom Witches. Just spam them in, support them with some lightnings if you want to. You can as well just use Mad Rages if that's better fitting for you and you might not have those other things leveled up, but you can combine it with a lot of different things, as well with damage equipments like Spiky Ball, or for example the Rocket Spear. It works great for the Royal Champion. Just in general, make sure that you're using them. They are insanely strong. But if you're more looking for a ground army, this one is really good as well, and it's using no super troops whatsoever. Obviously, you can like mix in some super wall breakers as well if you want to, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So we're combining the mecha with the most powerful ground troop, or one of the most powerful ground troops currently in the game, which is the Valkyrie, in combination with one of the, if not the most powerful spell currently in the game, which is going to be the Overgrowth spell. Equipment-wise, nothing too fancy. I would go for Haste Vial and the Hog Rider Puppet for the Royal Champ if you have it, but I'm currently trying to use as many common equipments as possible, because I know not everyone has epic equipments currently available, so I'm making sure that I'm mainly trying to showcase the regular equipments, but you can just upgrade them as well. For this one, the only difference between this type of strategy and the Mass Root Rider is this one is a little bit more surgical, where you're not trying to spam everything in the beginning. It's more like putting them in with waves pretty much, because you're trying to avoid the splash damage a little bit with those mecha, and you're trying to support your corner pushes with the Siege Barracks and the Queen as well. One corner Queen, one corner the Siege Barrack, and then everything kind of in the middle through. You can use the Overgrowth spell, since you have 3 of them, to use them as pathing setup, make sure that there is less damage on your troops, or as I do in this pretty much island village where you have this core ring base, just make sure the core has no chance of fighting back. That's another thing which you can just easily do, and it's just so efficient. On this one, we're just pushing through using our supportive spells like the skeleton spell, the freezes and everything. We have 1 rage, and that's typically when you want to use it, is as soon as the town is waking up. That's where you want to use it. We are using our 3rd overgrowth now to make sure that the core has no chance of fighting back, and then we can like turn on that as soon as everything is waking up again, and everything else is pretty much gone already. On this one, I'm trying currently to somehow force swag the Royal Champ. Let's see if we can make that work. But that's pretty much all about this event. We have the best strategy for the ground troop, which is going to be the mecha. We have the best army composition for the Broom Witch, and as well I will upload more use cases for the magic mirror. But I just have to say, I think it's going to be one of the best equipments in the game. It's literally just kind of like a level up. I don't know, like just better invisibility vial. I know the invisibility duration is less, but I think with having more health recovery and making sure that you have 2 clones, archer queens next to you, it feels like just so much stronger than the invisibility vial. At least, I don't know, on paper. Let's see if time will prove different. I will show you tomorrow what the best equipments currently in the game are and what you should prioritize on upgrading. For us, it's getting close, to be honest, with trying to force swag that Royal Champ. I should have just used it earlier, to be honest, but I'm really trying to not use that Royal Champion. But yeah, so it could have been way easier overkill with using the Royal Champion, so probably don't try to swag that Royal Champion in your attacks. I think you're looking way better than I do in this one. But yeah, just the combination of Valkyries and the new Mecha Troop is just an amazing fit. You really want to use that, and as I said, the great thing about this is you don't use any super troops whatsoever. Let me know what your favorite part is about this event, what you're looking for the most. Is it the event troops? Is it the equipment? Is it something different? Let me know for sure in the comments. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.